Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today we'll be taking a look at one of the best figures I own, and that's the APC Toys Attack Prime Japanese version. So first of all, we'll be taking a look at the packaging. As you can see, there's this gorgeous looking box with this fan art. Very nice looking box. On the side it says Attack Prime. On the other side there is another image of that Optimus fan art saying Attack Prime. On the back, relatively same stuff. And that's pretty much it for the box. Keeping it aside, here is the figure, and this is gorgeous. I'm running out of words to describe this figure because it is one of the best figures I own. First of all, it's really nostalgic for me. This is the show I grew up with, so holding this in person for the first time was like a fever dream for me. So taking a look at some of these details, very accurate head sculpt, and there is light piping as well. That looks gorgeous. These translucent blue windows for the chest. Overall, beautiful sculpting all around. Here's the back. Even they managed to make the back accurate to the cartoon, which is some very impressive engineering. And yeah, for the looks, this is almost 100% spot on. Now for the accessories, he comes with 2 ion blasters, 2 of his energon cannons, and his star saber. So first of all, we take a look at his alternate head. This is the head without his mouth plate, and there's a screw in the back so that you can replace the head. A pretty good accessory. Then he comes with 2 of his ion blasters. These are great accessories. So what you have to do to install these is basically rotate the wrists around like so, and then peg it on sideways, which is more accurate to the cartoon. And this is a great accessory. The fact that it looks like it came out of his hand just like in the show is really nice, and the fact that they managed to make that in an actual figure is even better. So putting that aside, next he comes with his energon blades, and these are probably the weakest accessory he has, mainly because in the show he's supposed to have a bit of silver here, but it doesn't really look that bad. It looks pretty good for what it is. It could have been better, but it's fine. Now coming to one of the most major accessories here, let me just get this off, is the star saber. Now this is a great accessory. This is obviously the reforged star saber, which is the star saber that was reforged after Optimus star saber got destroyed, and you can remove the blade off the hilt if you want. I think there are replacement parts for the translucent version, and there's some nice goldish paint here so that it's accurate to the show. Again, very nicely done accessory. Now to make Optimus hold the star saber, you have to remove this bottom portion like so, then slide it into his hand and tab it back to place like so. And this is also a great accessory, 100% one of the best accessories coming with this figure. And personally, I'm a huge fan of the ion blasters. These are my favorite accessories and the accessory I display him with. So keeping the accessories to the side, let's get on into articulation. So removing this, keeping that aside. So first of all, the head is on a ball joint. He can look side to side, up kind of, and down a little bit. And if you want, you can untab this panel over here in the back, which allows him to move up his head a lot. Then the shoulders are on a swivel, and they can move out as well if you move the shoulder pads like so. Also, since the tab here can be removed, you can take advantage of that so that he can hold the star saber with 2 hands if you want. The elbows are on a bend, and at the joint of the elbow there is a rotation. The wrists are on a mushroom pin, and coming onto the waist, this is an interesting joint here. It could have been done a little better, but the joint connection is actually in the back, so when you twist his waist, it kind of looks disconnected. You can turn it at a certain angle and it will look natural, but most of the time I don't really use that joint. So now coming to the hips, the legs can kick out that far, forward that far, and backward that far. The knees can bend very well, and the ankles are very impressive, especially for a Voyager figure. They can tilt side to side, forward if you want, so that he can balance on the ground for some more dynamic poses. He can tilt his toe down too, and that's pretty much it for articulation. So overall, in the robot mode, he's absolutely spectacular. So now let's get on to the transformation. So now let's get on to the transformation from the robot mode to the truck mode. So to start off, we are going to just come to the back and clear out these panels here. It will help later on with the transformation. Then we're going to straighten the knees like so. Then fold in the toes into these red panels here, like so, for both sides. Then untab the shins and bring them out like so. There's a tab and a slot here, and you're just going to untap that. Now on one of the legs there is a trailer hitch, so you're just going to pull that out. It is a little tricky, but you can get it out. Now tab the legs together like so, and then push the trailer hitch down. Then come on to these red sections, and these are on the slots over here like so, and then just slide them into place. So now that these are connected, we just move these back and off to the side. Now let's deal with the top section. So first of all, we are going to untap the shoulders and bring them out, straighten them, then rotate the shoulders up like so, and do the same with the other side. Then fold in these panels like this. What we are doing is folding these in while keeping them away from each other like so, and then pushing them together. Now we can fold these panels in like so, then rotate the forearms around, and now what we're gonna do is unwrap these panels from the forearms. So now we can bring down the wrists like so, and now we can fold up this panel and bring it out, and there is a tab and a hole there, so we can push it into place. Now do the same with the other side and tab it into place. Now there is a slot and a groove on both sides, so we can just push the forearms together, make sure it's in tight, and then fold up the shoulder pads. So now what we can do is fold these front sections of the truck out and around like so, and bring up these shoulder pads again for clearance all the way up. So now what we can do is access that joint in the back of the waist and rotate it around like so. Now that it's in the back, come on to the front and fold the front chest section down like so. Now we have the front section of the truck folded out, so we are just going to push it in. Now this is a little tricky, mainly because it's hard to do it, but there is a groove there and a slot on the front section of the truck. So align it and try to force it in with your thumbs like so, and eventually it will get into place. Now for the front of the truck, fold out these panels and bring them down like so, rotate them down, and this part of the joint is supposed to rest into this groove, so you're going to want to push that shoulder joint a little bit. It is a little tricky, but it should go in. Cool. It doesn't seem to be cooperating right now. Okay, I got it in. Now for the next side, fold it out and bring it down in and just slide it into place. Now the front, all you have to do is sandwich in those pegs and push them together. So now the front section of the truck is done, and so is the back. So now what we're going to do is fold out these panels and sandwich this one into the side like so, and that tabs into place. Do the same for the other side, sandwich in. And I just wanted to point this out, but I don't know if you can see that there is interior detail in there. The steering wheel and the dashboard, that is some very good attention to detail for something that you won't even be noticing for most of the time. That's incredible attention to detail. So now coming to the head, all we have to do, make sure that the head is straight and it's not facing side to side. Fold it in and it will rest into that groove. Now straighten the legs and sandwich up the shins into the back of the truck. like so, and then there are slots and grooves and pegs and tabs over there. So just fold it down, make sure it tabs into place, then straighten out these smokestacks and the back of the truck. And here is the truck mode. Now here is Optimus in his wonderful truck mode. This is a phenomenal take on the original truck mode in Transformers Prime, and the fact that they made such an asymmetrical design, not asymmetrical, more angular design, come into this more cubic truck mode is very impressive. The only sort of kibble here are these panels on the side and some of the panels in the back, but other than that, it's almost spot on. There are these translucent panels here for the headlights and for the windshield. On the back there is a trailer hitch, and there is a separate trailer for this APC Optimus, so if you want you can get it. It's just not something I'm interested in. Other than that, it rolls decently, and the truck is overall a very compact truck, one of the bigger truck modes I've seen, because the thing with Optimus usually is that he kind of falls into a smaller truck, but this one still manages to have that kind of size to it, so that's very impressive. The wheels aren't painted silver here, they're more just black, but it doesn't look too bad. There's some great detail here. Again, in the back, not that much. The grill looks pretty nice. It's not in silver though, it's just cast out in a gray plastic. The smokestacks are a softer plastic, but it's pretty hard. And that's pretty much it for the truck mode, so let's get it back into its robot mode. This is just a reminder that I forgot to tell before, but you can store some of the accessories on the back of the vehicle mode, such as the energon blades and the blaster, so if you want you can do that. But for the transformation you're going to have to remove those, so let's just keep those off to the side. And let's get on with the transformation. So to start off, what we're going to do is lift off the hood of the truck and bring it up and back like so. Then what we can do is untab these panels, push on them a little bit, and they will come out, and fold them out like so. Then come to the back of the truck and unhitch these panels like so. Then you can bring out the toes like this by just folding out the red panel and then straighten them out. Now what we can do is untab the trailer hitch, then untab the legs and fold the trailer hitch in, and now you can bring down the shin pads. Again, there is a tab here and a hole here, so just slide that into place. Do the same with the other side. Now let's just straighten out the legs. Now come around to the head and fold it up. Let's just clear it for now. Now come to the front. This is going to be a little hard, but basically put your thumb over here and your index finger over here for both sides and push inward. That will allow you to split the bottom and in turn splitting the top. Then you can fold the panels around like this, like that. Then now come into the front. This is again a little hard because it does stay on quite well, but untab the front of the truck and then bring it out. Now let's just undo everything we've done before. Untab the forearms. Then again, this is a little tricky because most of the connections here are kind of tight, but reach your nail in there and untab the front of the truck. We are just going to leave this out for now. Now what we can do is just fold the entire section of the hand up like this. We'll just leave this out for clearance, then rotate the waist around. So now we have the front section done. Then come around to the back, fold down these panels, and then sandwich the front of the truck back into this shoulder region and bring it back. Make sure it slides all the way in, and then you can bring the panels back. So now what we can do, undo the chest section. Now there's a little bit of a thing here going on where it's on a double joint, so what you're going to want to do is make sure that it's out as far as possible and then slide it back. Do the same with the other side, and then you can tab in the shoulder regions onto this port on the wheel. So tab that into place, do the same on the other side, and now all we have to do now is the arms. So come around over here, fold this panel out and down, bring up the wrist section, and you're going to want to wrap the front of the truck around the forearm. There's a joint here, so firstly do that joint and then wrap it around. There's a slot and a tab here, so slide that into place. Do the same with the other side, so bring it out and down, fold up the wrist, and then wrap it around the forearms. So now lastly, you rotate the forearms around like so, and rotate the hands down. And here is Optimus back in his robot mode. Okay, now lastly, for a size comparison, here is a knockoff of the Studio Series 05 Optimus compared with the APC Optimus. As you can see, APC Optimus is a lot bulkier and taller than this Optimus, which makes sense for the price. And overall, I would definitely recommend this figure over this one, even though this is a great figure, but I think this one certainly outmatches this one. So overall, this figure is phenomenal. Probably a perfect figure, if not for some of the blemishes that could be coming with your factory version. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.